Have you ever met someone who's just incredibly smart, but they don't feel the need to broadcast it? Well, today, we're diving into a really rare and subtle kind of intelligence. It's one that totally flips the script on what we think it means to be smart.
Yeah, this one probably sounds familiar, right? Our culture, for sure, celebrates this idea that being brilliant is all about being quick and being certain. It's kind of become the poster child for what we think high intelligence is supposed to look like. But here's the thing. What if we've been looking at this whole thing backwards? What if the real sign of intelligence isn't about being confident in what you know, but it's actually about how you handle everything you don't know?
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's explore this deeper kind of smart. And really, it's a huge shift in thinking. It's moving away from that pressure to have all the answers and instead embracing the power of just asking the right questions. So, that leads us right to the big question, doesn't it? What is this rare form of intelligence that has psychologists so interested? Well, it's called cognitive humility, and I think this definition just nails it. And look, this isn't about a lack of confidence, not at all. It's actually about having an abundance of awareness. It's that amazing ability to see where your own knowledge ends. All right, let's jump into the first sign. And this one, it might feel a little weird at first, because it's all about the surprising power of being slower, not faster, to respond. And you can really see the two different approaches here. On one side, you've got reacting, which is basically a social habit, right? We instantly label things as good or bad. We rush to judgment. On the other side, you have observing, which is a cognitive skill. It's about pausing to ask, what am I missing here? And waiting for more information. So many of us are just wired to react. But people with cognitive humility, they create this little gap, this pause, before they jump to any conclusions. And there's actually a really cool psychological term for this. It's called higher cognitive inhibition. And what that means, really, is just the ability to stop those immediate emotional reactions long enough for your brain to actually analyze what's going on. It's like having a mental brake pedal for your impulses, giving your rational mind a chance to catch up. Okay, moving on to signs 2 and 3. And you'll see how these two are really connected. They're all about rethinking reality, specifically how we process and question what's going on inside our own heads. So, sign number 2. This is huge. It's about being genuinely okay with ambiguity. Instead of needing the world to be in black and white, you're actually comfortable living in all the shades of gray. And this comparison makes it super clear. You've got black and white thinking, which just craves certainty, simple answers. It's all about this will definitely fail. Then you have probabilistic thinking. This is being comfortable with maybe, with nuance. It's saying, I think there's about a 70% chance of success. It's just a more flexible and, honestly, a more accurate way of looking at things. All right, let's get to sign number 3. And this one is an internal job. It's when you regularly question your own thoughts. It's about taking that sharp analytical mind of yours and pointing it inward. So what does it actually look like? Well, first, an idea or an opinion just kind of pops into your head. Happens to all of us. But then, instead of just running with it, you step back, you observe it, and then you ask that crucial question. Wait a minute, is this based on actual evidence or is this just a gut feeling? This amazing skill has a name, metacognition. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it literally just means thinking about your thinking. It's this rare ability to examine your own mental patterns, to spot your own biases and assumptions. It's what stops you from getting steered in the wrong direction. Okay, for our last two signs, we're going to talk about something we can all relate to, the ego. We're going to look at this battle between our ego and our ability to actually grow. So, sign number 4 is that you separate your ego from your information. Think about it. What happens when you're wrong about something? For a lot of people, it feels like a personal attack. But for someone with cognitive humility, being proven wrong, it just feels like getting an update, like new software. And you can see the difference right here. When someone's ego is threatened, being wrong feels personal and they get defensive. But when your ego is flexible, it doesn't feel like an attack. It just feels like you've been informed by new data. The goal isn't about being right anymore, it's about getting it right. Big difference. And that brings us to our final sign, number 5. And honestly, this one is the engine that drives all the others. It's having a deep, genuine curiosity for the unknown. Because think about it, a curious mind is never satisfied. It's always seeking out mental challenges. It's questioning authority and old traditions. It's digging into the layers that other people just skim over. And most importantly, it is constantly asking why. That's what keeps our minds sharp and our understanding of the world growing. So, when you put all this together, what's the real mark of genius? If it's not about being the fastest or the most certain person in the room, then what is it? Well, I think it comes down to this simple but really powerful idea. It's not this fixed thing you're stuck with. It's a skill. It's a choice you make every single day in how you engage with the world and with yourself. So here's what I want you to take away from this. That willingness you have to doubt yourself, that little voice that makes you pause and ask, am I really sure about this? That's not a weakness. That is your strength. That's a sign of a truly deep mind at work. And that leaves me with one final question for you to think about. After hearing all this, which of these traits felt the most personal to you? Something to chew on.